Back here in Accra, latest data from the 2023 annual household income and expenditure has revealed that 14.7% of people aged 15 to 35 were unemployed in the third quarter of 2023. The survey also revealed more than 400,000 people entered the labor force between the first and third quarters of 2023. However, more than 30% of people in that bracket remained unemployed, with over 60% of them gaining employment. Let's break the figures down further, and on your screens you will see that the first to third quarters of 2023, you will see how it has been. In 2022, it was 13.30%. It's been on an upward trajectory till 2022 quarter 4, and then it came to 11.30%. Now it went up in quarter 1 of 2023, stayed up there in quarter 2 of 2023, and still up there, even though it's reduced from 14.60%, it's still at 14.7% at quarter 3 of 2023. Now, this is the breakdown. That's the average unemployment rate. So quarter 1 to quarter 3 of 2022, it stood at 13.63%. Quarter 1 to quarter 3 of 2023, it stood at 14.73%. The increment has been 1.10%. Now, this is the rates by sex, the unemployment rates by sex, and this is how it shows on the scale. If you look at quarter 1 of 2022, you will see that the female unemployment went up to 15.90, whilst the male unemployment was at 10.20%. Same if you look at 2022 quarter 2, female unemployment was up 15.20 against 12.40. Look at quarter 3 of 2022, female unemployment was still up. It's only quarter 4 of 2022 where it dropped to 12 from 16.60 to 12.30% for females, but was still higher than the male unemployment, which is 10.10%, and it's being on that trajectory. In 2023, nothing has really changed. You look at quarter 1, look at quarter 2, look at quarter 3, female unemployment still is up there, 18.20% for 2023 quarter 1, 17.50. It reduced slightly in quarter 2, now 17.7% in quarter 3. It's reduced slightly, but male unemployment stayed on the same level, 10.80 quarter 1, 10.90 quarter 2, 10.90 quarter 3. So you can see that there hasn't been much improvement in the male unemployment. There's been some slight improvement in female unemployment. Let's look at the regional breakdown, 2023 quarter 3. And you can see Greater Accra is on the high, 25.70. The lowest is Bono East, 4.60. That's the regional breakdown for you. You can get more of the details of that statistics on myjoyonline.com. But we can now hear from the government statistician, Professor Samboleni.
So in terms of what we've done, as I indicated, this is a quarterly panel survey. It's nationally representative, regionally representative, and also the representative for our urban rural classification. The basis, the sampling frame for the 10,800 that we got was from the 2021 population and housing census. Let's keep in mind, let's leave here with not the population of Ghana, which is in excess of 31 million persons, but the population of only those 15 years and older, which is around 19 million, that is the denominator for the conversation. And also the reference period for this conversation is 7 days preceding the day of the interview. So questions around unemployment, we asked, in the last 7 days, did you work? So that is the reference period for the conversation. We have been successful in maintaining a good response rate across the last 4 quarters, that is from the last quarter of 2022 to the third quarter of 2023. We started replacement in the third quarter of 2023. That is why you see the number of households increasing between the second quarter of 2023 and the third quarter of 2023. So as I indicated, the findings are put into 3 broad categories. I'm going to start with the findings on the labor force characteristics. So the first thing we share with you is, think about the constituents of the labor force status. We distinguish between the constituents of the labor force status and the labor force. The labor force, as we indicated, consists of the 2 of the statuses, that is employed and unemployed. The labor force status consists of 3 categories: the employed, unemployed, and those outside the labor force, but 15 years and older. So across the last 7 quarters, that is between the first quarter of 2022 and the third quarter of 2023, we see that we have reduced the persons outside the labor force from 4.95 million to 4.51 million persons. Because this is a set, once people are leaving the labor, are moving out of outside the labor force, they should find their way in either the employment status or the unemployment status. So the 440 persons that in the first 3 quarters of 2023 exited the outside the labor force, over 60% of them, precisely about 250,000 of them, went into the employed status, and the remaining into the unemployed status. So from these 3 constituents point of view, we see a reduction in outside the labor force of persons, approximately 440,000 persons. And because this is a set of 3 categories of people, you need to find where they are going to.